Alright guys, so the new Transforming Goku Black is live over on JP Dokkan, and he's pretty damn good, but even more so, we're not really going to focus too much on just Goku Black himself today, but I want to take a look at his category, the Time Traveler category. Now, I'm actually a pretty big fan of this category, even though it does have a lot of similarities to some other teams. Like, teams like the Future Saga team, the Time Traveler team, the Realm of Gods, Potara, have a lot of overlap because, like, all the Rose characters, you know, all the Vegito Blues, like, they're all on these categories together. So, like, you know, you could build very similar teams on, you know, again, Potara, Future, Time Travelers, and Realm of Gods. Those four teams have pretty much, like, all the Vegitos and Goku Blacks and stuff on them. So, that's another reason those are a lot of people's favorite teams. But, specifically, when building these teams, you do have to account for the fact that you're going to have multiple copies of the leader, right? So if we're looking at the Future Saga team, like, just look at the category, right? Looks pretty good. You know, you got 4 LRs. All 4 of them are, you know, pretty good. I would say the worst is probably the AGL Trunks, but he's still a very solid unit, not bad by any means. You have the couple different Rose Goku Blacks. Even if you don't have the SCR one, the AGL one, even today, is still more than strong enough. He's a very good unit. Even things like the Future Androids, I would actually say, are underrated units who really can fill a gap if you're a free-to-play player, or even if you just happen to have these units rainbowed. Both Future 18 and 17 are pretty good. But of the 7 slots on the team, 2 of them will be filled by Future Gohan. And Future Gohan, to me, is, I would say he's the worst category leader. He is very underwhelming. If you're very deep into a fight, he could be pretty good defensively, but they made it, like he should have, I don't know, his attack 100%, and then he raised his defense up to 100% less HP you have remaining. He also should have just had like 40% damage reduction on top of that. His gimmick of getting 10% damage reduction at the start of each turn, it's cool, but he should have just started out with it. Like, it's not like he would have been OP or anything. It just makes him, like, a very underwhelming unit. And even his links, like, you know, he does have Prepare for Battle and Super Saiyan, but, like, some of the stuff, like, All in the Family, I guess Dismal Future is good for, you know, the Future category. And even, like, Golden Warrior, like, some of them aren't really the best. I mean, he does have Prepare for Battle, though, which does link up very well with a lot of the units. And, like, that's a similar thing with the Time Traveler team. Goku Black does have Prepare for Battle, but alongside that, his links, I would say, work a lot better on this Time Traveler team. More specifically, if you're going to go for, like, a villain, like, build or variant of the team, right? And I do think it could work very well, because you have several support units who can kind of keep everything in check. Like, one reason I would prefer the Time Traveler team over, like, the Future team, for example, is just because of the big canyon size difference between Goku Black and Future Gohan. This Goku Black is a lot better than Future Gohan. His defense, I think he's a better defensive unit than Future Gohan too, just off of him greatly raising and stacking his defense. I've shown it off in a couple of videos already how well he's able to tank. Even in Super Battle Road, I was actually pleasantly surprised. You know, after about 2 super attacks, he can even hold his own in Super Battle Road. So, you know, he is a strong unit, and he actually can work fine, I think, for the most part, even as a floating type unit on this team. And there are a lot of other options that can give you a lot of keys. So you could do things like build a Bojack rotation on this team. You know, whenever you build a rotation that does not involve the team leader, remember that at least one of these guys would then be floating. They will be, you know, in the 3rd spot here and there. For the most part, though, you can build this team to where this Goku Black can link well with, like, a middle unit pretty good. He's not going to work too well with LR Bojack. The Bojack units, their links, I would say, overall, are pretty bad because of stuff like Heraclan, Galactic Warriors, you know, Thirst for Conquest, Revival. A lot of those, like, units in the Time Traveler category or Full Power category, you're not really going to get a lot of overlap there. So they're not really going to work the best. LR Bojack is still, like, a king on the Movie Boss category team, however. Now, if we look, you could do things like build a Trunks rotation. Both of the LRs link up very well together. And of course, they have different names. This one is Super Saiyan Trunks Future. This one is Super Saiyan Trunks Teen. So they're just a rotation you can build. You could have your floating Goku Black. One unit that I really, really love, who was just added to the game, is the Supreme Opie of Time right here. She is very, very good. She gives 2 ki, which will be important for, any LRs who might use on the team, or maybe if, let's say you decide to use like Super Saiyan 3 Bardock or something like that. Maybe he's not linking the best with some of these units. She'll give ki, and she gives a pretty substantial attack and defensive buff. It depends on your luck on if the great chance for the additional attack 20% and defense goes through for sure. But she's going to be very, very good here, making the team just run, smoothly. Another unit who is going to be very, very good here, I actually really like him on this team, is the Super Saiyan Bardock. Oops, that's a Trunks. My bad. This Super Saiyan Bardock right here, I actually really like him. The reason he's going to be pretty good here is because he gives 2 ki and 20% attack for all allies. So it doesn't matter if it's villain or hero units, because that's a distinction that needs to be, applied for some of these good support type units down here. Like we have this Cell is a good support type unit, and then we also have this Cell who's a good support type unit. But both of these units, they buff extreme class allies only. You can build a full extreme class team, but you do still have really top tier strong units that are super class, like Tech Vegito Blue. You have LR Vegito Blue. Those are very, very powerful units that if you've got them, you're going to want to run them in the team, right? Or even like Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Well, I'm scrolling all over the place. My bad. Whoops. Here. Okay. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Now, this guy is actually going to be very important for the team, too, because one of the reasons I think Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is low-key one of the best units in the game is his link set. He has like a top 10 or top 5 link set, something like that. Because you got Super Saiyan, you got Over in a Flash, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. Those 4 links are just so common. And then some of his other ones, like, Experienced Fighters and the First Awaken are going to be very, very good attack links depending on what team you're on. Same with Limit Breaking Form, which, all Super Saiyan 3 units have. But this Bardock right here can kind of be a bridge unit because he has Over in a Flash and Prepare for Battle. So that's going to work very well with some of these units who just came out recently, or, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks who's been out for a while. You have Super Saiyan 3 Trunks here. Let me get rid of Supreme Kai of Time as well. We also have Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and we also have Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. These 3 Super Saiyan 3 cards are pretty good. I would say Trunks is definitely not as good as the Goku and Vegeta cards, but that's of course because, Trunks is a year old, whereas Goku and Vegeta just came out, right? Now, they are Over in a Flash only units, right? So they're not going to link up very good with the Goku Black. As a matter of fact, like look at this Vegeta, he shares no links with the Int Goku Black, and then this Super Saiyan Goku also shares no links with that Int Goku Black, at least of course before he transforms. But when sort of doing like a team building video or talking about team builds and stuff, we're going to assume that Goku Black is not transformed for the majority because, again, if we scroll down, it takes, where is it, right here, 6 turns is a lot. That's a good amount of turns. That's going to be at least 75% of, like, every single battle probably most people do, unless they're fighting, like, UI Goku or something, right? Not many fights really last that long. So, a unit like Bardock would be important. So here's what you could do. Let's say you pulled the new Xeno Vegeta, who could hit very hard. He's a very good unit. You could run him first in the rotation like this. Boom. The middle unit, you could run Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. So he's got Over in a Flash, so they're going to share ki, and they'll be able to super. And then he's also got Prepare for Battle, so then you can have the floater unit, will be this Goku Black. So your rotation will be Xeno Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and then Goku Black. Goku Black will be able to super attack at the end because he's got Prepare for Battle with Bardock. And then, of course, Xeno Vegeta will be looking good because he has Over in a Flash with Bardock. So Super Saiyan 3 Bardock continues to be just a very top-tier unit. Very, very helpful in a lot of teams where he kind of has multiple key links, and he can sort of really help the team vibe in a good way. Now, looking through here, there are some other units I do want to mention, like this Demi Grrah. Don't sleep on this Demi Grrah if you happen to pull him, because he gets that 120% attack buff, which is obviously good, and then he gives 3 key to extreme class allies. So again, another one of these units who can really help out. Now, you could, if you go for a full villain team variant, I think you very easily could then run the Bojack, like LR Bojack as a rotation. Like this Demi Grrah, you could make a floater. He'd be pretty good as a floater because he gives that 3 key to extreme class allies. So, you know, be it Goku Black and, you know, LR Goku Black rotation you've got, or, you know, LR Bojack and TUR Bojack, this Demi Grrah would be giving all those extreme class allies key, which will be very helpful. He does also lower enemy attack and defense by 20%, which is not bad. I actually really like that a lot. Okay, so we looked at Demi Grrah. We've really covered a lot of the new sort of time-traveling units. I haven't talked about STR Rose much, but obviously, you know, he's one of the first units you go to for this team. Again, Extreme Class Allies Key 3 is such a powerful passive, plus his 120% attack buff. He's going to work very, very well here. You know, all of these, you know, sort of Zamasu and Goku Black units, they all do work very well in conjunction with each other. Now, one unit I probably wouldn't really, I don't know, you have Merge Zamasu here, right? If you're going to do a villain-only team, he works good. The minus 10% attack, it's really not the biggest deal ever. Like, you can get away with it. But, again, a lot of us are expecting right now that JP could get an LR Merge Zamasu sometime in the next 2 weeks. I do think it is realistic to expect a new LR. Here's why. A lot of people are already talking about, like, oh, LR Broly, LR Gogeta. But that's not how Dokkan does things. They don't introduce a new unit for the first time as an LR. They've never done that. What I think they'll do first is we will get the Dokkan Fest exclusive Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And we'll get the Dokkan Fest exclusive, you know, Broly full power Super Saiyan forms. Then in the future, you know, maybe the 300 million download celebration, maybe they turn right back around for the 4-year anniversary and make those LRs the 4-year anniversary cards. But I think those LRs would come in the future. I mean, look at it. We still don't have LR Ultra Instinct Goku. Obviously, he is one of the defining characters I think that would deserve an LR, and we still don't have one for him. So I don't think the next LR will be Gogeta or Broly. I could be wrong. Like here's the thing. Very easily I could be wrong, but I think something like LR Merge Zamasu would be more realistic as to the next LR released on Dokkan. Again, it has been, you know what, like since September 14th was the last LR, summonable LR release on JP Dokkan. So we will definitely see one coming up soon. Zamasu could be if LR Zamasu is indeed the LR, the team build for this team is going to completely change. Because at that point, you could do Int Goku Black, you could do LR Goku Black, you could do SCR Rose, you could do LR Merge Zamasu, and then maybe you could even bring the TUR, you know, obviously if you're a whale, but then you could bring the TUR Goku Black and Zamasu, and there's almost the whole team built. Oh, like, so many of these units are going to be healing, powering up as the battle goes on. Then for, like, the 6th unit, you could bring, you know, Supreme Opie of Time, and she's going to be buffing them like crazy. Like, I really like this team. They gave us a lot of units here that do work. Even, like, in Zamasu, his links aren't the best with a lot of units. Really, it's Dismal Future, which he's probably going to share with the majority of, like, the Goku Black units and stuff, or Fear and Faith, right, which he would have with the Int Goku Black has got Fear and Faith. But, you know, he is a good defensive unit. He can be valuable. I would actually say this Int Zamasu is underrated. There is a large section of people that think he's just fodder, and he's definitely not. Like, he is very good. It's just, he's obviously not, like, he's not superior in anything, right? He's very good, like, offensively, defensively, he heals, and he has okay links. Like, he doesn't excel in anything, but he's not bad in anything. But it does make him a very useful unit for a lot of teams and stuff like this. Now, you can also run an LR cell rotation, you know, just like the Android category or something like that. Now, this could work pretty good because don't they have... No, okay, Tech Cell does not have Fear and Faith. Does the Physical Cell? No, he doesn't either. Okay, so, they're not going to share a lot of links with the base form Goku Black. But, again, like, depending on what units you use, if you have Demi Grrah, if you have the Rose unit as a floater, you can give them extra ki. Of course, the two cells together are very powerful. They do activate a lot of each other's links. LR Cell is... I was going to say he's maybe the hardest hitter on the category. Probably not. I feel like for most people, like LR Goku Black will probably be bringing in the most damage. Maybe LR Vegito Blue or Tech Vegito Blue, depending on how you run them. Of course, they can work good on the team. See, that's the thing. Tech Vegito Blue, by the way, if we look at some of these teams, right? Like, Realm of Gods, he's amazing on. Patara, he doesn't share Over in a Flash with even one unit on the team. Future Saga, he doesn't share Over in a Flash with even one unit on the team. But here in the Time Traveler category, man, you could run Tech Vegito Blue and Super Saiyan 3 Bardock as a rotation. Like that rotation I talked about before, where, you know, we were going, you know, Xeno Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and Goku Black. Instead, we could do Tech Vegito Blue, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and Goku Black. That would also work pretty damn well, you know, because a lot of people love that Tech Vegito Blue building up his power. I mean, his theme does sort of fit with this team, right? Where, like, you know, even the Int Goku Black, like, he gets stronger and stronger as the fight goes on. And, of course, the #1 unit in Dokkan that gets stronger as the fight goes on, I would say, is Tech Vegito Blue. He, you know, if there's ever a long fight, Tech Vegito Blue gets, like, godly strong. It's crazy. But there we go, guys. There's kind of like a big overview of how these units can work well together. There's a lot here. Like, I didn't even talk about Tapion. I think Tech Tapion is a fantastic unit here because he's good offensively and defensively, and he's a orb changer. So he's going to work well there, you know, making it easier for other units to super attack. So you can rock him. Let's see what. Nothing else is really jumping off the page. Another unit that we could potentially get a monster buff for, like an LR or a new Dokkan Fest, is Rage Trunks. You know, we'll revisit this team, the future team, when Rage Trunks and Merge Zamasu get upgrades, because we have reached the point where, you know, in Rage Trunks and Tech Merge Zamasu are outdated. They're not, like, really, they were just at the cutoff of, like, where Dokkan Fest units haven't really aged that poorly, right? Look at Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Any unit released before them has started to age a little bit, but even like those two Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta are still completely fine nowadays. And even like in Kid Buu, long as you give him key support, he works very well, right? You know, in Gogeta is still amazing. Physical Gotenks is amazing. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku is amazing. But then you look at the units released just before Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, and it's like the Int Blue Vegeta, you know, he's kind of faded off a little bit. Plus, he got a direct, stronger version of himself. And then Tech Merge Zamasu and Int Rage Trunks. Those three units, they're not on the level of Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. That, like, they were just before that power creep really hit. So it kind of held them back a little bit. But that Blue Vegeta is still the strongest one that's on this category, because the AGL one is, of course, from the Tournament of Power, and he is not a time traveler. Last thing I will end the video with is that Physical Vegito Blue, if he's the best Vegito Blue you've got, will still get it done. He's still a strong unit. So there we go, guys. I actually really like the Time Traveler category. It has a nice mix of units, plus the leader is a good unit. Kind of, unfortunately, unlike the Future category. Some people have been a little annoyed at me slandering Future Gohan, but fortunately, he is a very underwhelming unit. So, we'll end it here. Time Traveler category, very good. Could get some big buffs, depending on what happens with Rage Trunks and Merge Zamasu. But thanks for watching, guys. Tell me what you guys think of the Time Traveler category, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.